Hello, everyone. My name is Trang, and thank you for having me here. Now, you might have been wondering why the communication coach started her talk like that. Like, why is she so nervous? Is she even qualified to be here? Like, Bobby, why'd you let her on that stage? We have 7 seconds to create a first impression. So based on the way that I just spoke, you probably already made the judgment that I am not credible and you can't trust me. So hopefully, let's change that now. My name is Trang Nova. I am a TEDx speaker and speaking coach, working with business owners like you to speak with confident authority in your business and on stages so that you can be recognized as a leader in what you do. Now, has anyone heard of Ring, the doorbell company? Hand up. Yep. Global company, right? Installed on front doors all over the world. In 2018, Ring was acquired by Amazon for $1 billion. And yet, just a few years prior, the founder, Jamie Siminoff, almost had his entire vision get derailed. He went on to Shark Tank, a show where founders pitch their ideas to investors. I'm sure something that many of you have done before. And on that show, not even one investor gave him their money. Not even one. And we know that that's not a problem of the product. The product is worth over $1 billion now. And yet, back then on the show, his pitch was weak. If you watch the video, you'll see his speaking tone was uncertain. He had this one-sided shoulder shrug that showed he was uncomfortable. He kept swallowing deep, and that gave away his nervousness. And he was pausing randomly in the middle of sentences that showed he didn't really know what he was talking about, and he was making things up. And because of that, he couldn't get people or anyone to pay him $100 for a $1 billion product. So my friends, you could be the best in the world at what you do. But if you are unable to clearly and confidently convey that to others, then you'll only ever be perceived at the level of your ability to communicate. You could have skills that are worth $1 billion, but if you can't advocate that to others, people won't believe you, they won't trust you, and they won't pay you. So is this something that you can resonate with? Do you think that you are worth more than what people are paying you? Do you have a very high work ethic, but you want to be better at communicating that to others? Do you finish meetings feeling as though they've gone well, only to be surprised by negative feedback later? Do you want to become more natural, expressive, and at ease at networking events, like tonight? Do you want to be recognized for your worth? And do you want to be able to build lasting relationships and grow your business? Hands up, let's see them. Great, that's why we are here, right? Okay, now tonight I'm going to share with you various ways that you can communicate to achieve this. But first, let's get into the most common communication mistakes and misconceptions so you know what not to do. The first one is this. Business owners often focus too much on what they are saying, when really it's how we say things that is important. So I've got a question for you. What percentage of your message do you think comes from what you say versus how you say it? Any guesses? Shout them at me. What percentage comes from what you say? 50? Good guess. Any other guesses? 27, 25. Nice. Someone's done their research because only 7% of your message comes from what you say. The other 93% comes from how you say it. And we know this is true because how many of us have got a partner at home and when they're like, I'm fine, you know they're not fine. Not because of what they said, but because of everything else that showed what they were really thinking and feeling. Now, the other misconception is this. People think that you have to be naturally confident and extroverted to be able to communicate well. However, speaking is a skill, and it's something that anyone can learn, practice, and master. Like any skill, whether it's riding a bike or playing the piano, you don't have to be born good at it to get good at it. You can put in the time and the effort to develop that skill. Now, if you don't believe me, I want you to meet someone. I want you to meet little Trang. I was born here in Melbourne to Vietnamese immigrants' parents. And at school, I didn't know how to speak English yet because I grew up speaking Vietnamese. So I was that shy and quiet kid in the corner on her own, surrounded by other kids playing in what seems like an alien language. I was very withdrawn. I became very introverted. And that carried through high school. I thought, nobody likes me, I don't belong. And yet, now, I am a TEDx speaker and speaking coach, helping others to speak with confidence in their businesses and on stages. How? It doesn't make sense. Well, my secret is this. I've simply spent more hours on my speaking than most people would reasonably expect. Speaking is a skill, one that any of us can master. And through my practice, I have been able to increase my conversion rate from 43% to 88%, selling $18,000 packages to executives wanting to speak on big stages. But it's not just me. Other people have done that as well. Chantal Marie, one of my clients, who finished her biggest presentation of the year with a standing ovation. Ives Silvera, a physiotherapist, who finished a 5-minute presentation and converted 70% of people in that room. Anthony Ng, a workshop facilitator who, through working on his confidence and negotiation skills, was able to 3x his quote overnight. And Ashton Wilson, the director of 3 allied health clinics, who doubled her business in 1 year to achieve $1 million. Remember, you could have $1 billion worth of skills and ideas, but it's your communication that allows other people to see that. So I want you to imagine something for me. Think of someone in your field who you really admire and look up to. So picture them in your mind. And I want you to think why you look up to them. What is it about them that makes you look up to them? Why do you follow them? Why do you go to an event to try and meet them? Well, chances are it is because they are charismatic. They're probably really good at what they do, right? That's a given. But something in addition is that they have that ability to make you feel understood. Make you feel like you are seen and heard. They make you laugh. They inspire you. They communicate in a way that resonates with you. So I'm sure we all want to be more charismatic, right? That's something that we want. But how? Well, the good news is research has been done to show us what the formula for charisma is. And what the research has found is that charisma is 82% made up of just 2 key traits. 2 traits make up 82% of charisma. So let's go through that. The first one is warmth. Think of the cues that allow people to trust you, like being friendly, being warm, being welcoming, being inviting. Celebrities like these, who, despite their success and how famous they are very well known for how friendly they are with their fans and with people in the industry. Now, warmth is good to build relationships. Like I said before, we've got 7 seconds for someone to decide if they like us, let alone trust us, right? But warmth is also really important for something else as well. It's also really important to not get sued. Doctors who are rated poorly in their warmth are significantly more likely to be sued than another doctor, even without any medical errors. Imagine that. Imagine being just as competent as that service provider down the street, but due to your lack of warmth, you are significantly more likely to be sued. Let's not play that game. That's warmth. Now, the other trait of charisma is the opposite of warmth: competence. Competence are the cues that allow people to rely on you. Think showing your confidence, your expertise, your authority in what it is that you do. We need both. Because everyone wants a friend who they can banter with, but also they can cry on their shoulder when needed, right? Everyone wants a leader who is approachable, but is also reliable. And everyone wants a service provider or to collaborate with a business owner who is friendly, but is also competent. So we need both. Now, let's make this practical. How can we actually be more warm and competent? I'm going to share that with you now. Let's start with warmth. The first cue, the first trait that you can exhibit more, especially in those first 7 seconds, is smile. I know this seems obvious, but here are some key things to make your smile game even better. Firstly, make sure you have a big, genuine smile that reaches your eyes. Like, we don't want any of these. I've seen enough LinkedIn profiles where there's that fake smile, and you know that person hates being behind the camera, but they're forced to because they need to have that headshot for LinkedIn. So go check your LinkedIn profiles, make sure your eyes are squinting a little bit. Also, here's another thing, and you can try this in the room afterwards. Wait for a split second after you see someone before you let your smile erupt across your face. Why is that helpful? If we wait a split second before we smile when we see someone. Any guesses? Impact? It's for them. Yeah. When they see that you smiled because you saw them, oh, is that going to warm their heart? So an example of someone who's got their smile game dialed in, if we want an example, if we want a model to model off, this guy, where is he? Is he not in the room for the one moment that he needed to be here? Bobby! Look at Bobby's smile. This is what we need to emulate. All right, so that's the smile. Now, the second trait for warmth: open body language. What's open body language, you may ask? Person on the left versus person on the right. It's as simple as keeping your body open without crossing your limbs, keeping your palms open, keeping your palms up. It makes the other person feel more safe. Because if they can see your palms, subconsciously, they know you are not holding any weapons. And this is legit, like our brains are wired for survival. So tip for Zoom meetings, tip for LinkedIn headshots, see if you can zoom out a little bit and show your torso and your palms. These are the little things, the 1%ers. They've also done research on this. Like, who wants to convert more people and make more money in their business? We want more conversions, yes? Well, they've done research and they've done split testing of website homepages. And out of 2 websites with everything exactly the same, with one difference being the photo with his arms crossed versus arms down, they found that out of 250,000 people who came through the website, an extra 12,000 people converted with the photo of his arms down. Extra 12,000 people. That's 5% more conversions with one tiny change. So once again, go check your LinkedIn profiles. We want our arms down, not crossed. And yes, this is going to be the reason that your boss, or you as the boss, you need to go back and you're like, all right, team, we're doing our LinkedIn photos all over again. Go redo those. All right, that's the first 2 for warmth. Now, let's get into competence. Articulation. This is how we use our voice. Articulation is the clear and precise enunciation of speech sounds. Like, I'm talking opening up your mouth and clearly sounding out each syllable of each word that you say. And I always bring this up because a lot of people say to me, oh, Trang, English is my second language, and I struggle to sound clear so that other people can understand me. And I'm like, I get the challenge, right? Like, English was my second language too. And at the same time, how many of you have spoken to an Australian in Australia and you can't understand what they are saying? Just go out into the country, into a pub, and you'll get that. Because it's not about your accent, it's about articulation. So instead of, what do you need from me? It's, what do you need from me? Instead of, I take initiative, it's, I take initiative. Instead of, do you do it yet? It's, did you do it yet? So articulation is important because you will be 30% more authoritative than if you mumble. And who wants to be taken more seriously in their business? If you want to be respected more, if you want to convert more, if you want to be seen as the professional in your field, this is what we need. Now, the last one I want to share with you tonight is the downward inflection. What do I mean by this? Question for you. What is the one difference in speaking delivery between asking a question versus making a statement? What's the one difference in speaking delivery? Yes, upward inflection. So you finish the last word going up like that. Hello, are you having a good night? Did you enjoy your meal? You go up like that. And when you go up, it shows that you are asking a question and you don't know the answer. Now, if you want to showcase confidence, if you want to be the authority in the room, should you know the answers? You do, right? It's such a small thing, but it makes a big difference. I mean, hear me say the exact same thing with an upwards versus a downward inflection. Hello, everyone. My name is Trang, and I'm happy to be here tonight. Versus, hello, my name is Trang, and I'm very happy to be here tonight. The only thing I changed was that inflection, and yet it changed everything of how you perceived me. So make sure you are finishing your statements with a downward inflection, not as though you are asking a question. All right, those are the 4 different ways that you can communicate with more charisma, build lasting relationships, and grow your business. Now, we are getting to the end of the talk, so I'm going to recap what we've gone through today. So at the start, I shared the most common communication mistakes and misconceptions. I then shared the formula for charisma and the 4 ways that you can speak with more charisma in your business, in your personal life, and on stages. Now, there's a lot that we've gone through, but at the same time, it's only been 20 minutes. So I don't want you to just learn and forget. I want you to learn, implement, and actually see results in your business. So if you do want more from today, something that I'd love to offer you is this. This is not something that I offer a lot because time constraints. However, if you do want to continue your speaking journey, then I encourage you to scan this QR code and we can hop on a one-on-one call. And now I'm like, okay, I've just signed up for an extra 20 hours of work over the next week. Good one, Trang. We'll hop on a call and we are going to have a chat. I want to hear your speaking personality and then give you a step-by-step personalized roadmap for you to amplify your voice and to speak with more confidence and authority. And from there, of course, if you want even more guidance, maybe you're working towards a talk that you've got. I actually had someone message me yesterday and she's like, Trang, I've just been selected to do a TEDx talk in 8 days. I need your help. And I'm like, okay, let's work towards that. So if you have something specific that you're working towards, maybe it's a talk, maybe you've got a big pitch coming up, maybe you want to revolutionize how you speak in your business, then yes, we can talk about doing more work together. But otherwise, there's plenty you'll get from this, there's plenty that you'll get from today. Let's wrap up. The final thing I would like to share with you is this. My friends, you are in the NDIS sector because you wanted to help people, right? Well, I believe this. The best leaders in the world who've changed history have done so not because they were the most knowledgeable, they were the most qualified, or even the most hardworking. Leaders who've changed history have done so because they had a vision. And they spoke up using their voice to bring that vision to life. And you all have that. You have a voice that you can speak up, show the world what you are made of, create an impact in your work, and achieve your own potential so that you can finally be recognized as a leader in what you do. Thank you.
How many businesses here do we have who's fresh or up to 10 participants? Don't be shy, I've had like one at one day. Most of the challenge is how do we talk to people? I've seen your faces when you come in. How do we talk to people? Can I have 2 people here? Let's work out. Let's try to see if what Trang is saying, is that really meaningful? Does it work? We'll have you and who else? Put your hands up. Let me pick. Let me pick one of you. Yeah? Perfect. Perfect. I'll leave them at your disposal.
I don't even know what I'm doing. Wait, you're running this, yeah?
All right. Come here. Come with me then. Introduce yourselves, what you do, what's your business?
Hi, myself Karam. I got a company name is Care Advisors. I'm a registered nurse. I got 10 years experience, and now I'm working in this NDIS field. To be honest, I'm the good example of that person who didn't understand that English, the one we was talking about before, like how are you, was like what they asking me. So I'm the one international, you know. I'm here from overseas as well. When I came here, I didn't understand those kind of words. Even still, I'm learning. I'm not at that stage where I can understand everyone, to be honest. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
And
yep.
the next person.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Connor.
Hello, Connor. So I'm with Independence Australia, where we've been around about 60 years now in the product and consumable space, and we also do NDIS care and core support. So it's great to be here. We don't do a lot of these events, so it's really good to come and talk and hear a great talk like this, really practical tips and just see the new faces. I know there's a lot of new providers, and yeah, it's an expanding industry, so it's great to be here and get to meet yourself, Bobby. So thank you for hosting, and yeah, really enjoying it so far, and I look forward to meeting everyone.
Thank you. Independence Australia is not a new business and not 10 participants, my friend. I'll let Trang pick on where you are missing on some of the communications and help you a quick little one.
All right, being put on the spot right here, all of us. This is Bobby's style. Well, the thing with communication is it's kind of like fashion. This is the analogy I'm going to use. Like, we all got dressed for tonight. And the thing with fashion is you don't have to have a complete wardrobe change to change how you look. Sometimes, you know, when you've been in front of the mirror and you change just your top, or you change your pair of shoes, or you just change your pants, and suddenly your whole outfit changes. You look completely different. So speaking is the same. We can sometimes change just one element of our speaking, and how we come across is completely transformed. So Karam, for you, what we could try is play around with just one ingredient of your speaking, and we can see how that changes the way that you come across to others, right? So the way that you were speaking, first of all, congratulations. It is not easy to speak on a stage. What we might be able to try, though, is what if we played around with the articulation, what we spoke about before. And I'll get you to do the same spiel again, maybe the first 15 seconds, but this time open up your mouth more like this. And you said that this is relevant for you. So it might seem a bit exaggerated, it might seem a bit extreme, but it will open up our vocal cords, it will open up the way that we say our words, so it's easier to understand.
Yes.
Do you want to try that? The first 15 seconds again?
I'm really gonna cancel that 15 minutes, 30 minutes thing because I got it done today, you know.
Open up your mouth big.
Hi, myself Karam. I'm from the company Care Advisors. So we are fairly new in NDIS. We are running our business from 1 year. I'm still at the stage of learning, to be honest. Thank you so much.
What a fantastic work. Could we all hear the difference with that? Straight away, more clear. Everyone said yes. Well done, Karam. Please take a seat. Yeah?
Yes.
Connor. All right. So for you, this is going to be more about stage use because I think you clearly do a lot of speaking in your work. I think that's something that comes naturally to you and you're already very confident. So the one thing that I think could make a difference based on what it was before is simply coming more to the front of the stage and owning the stage. Because a lot of people, when they're presenting, so take this into account when you are doing a meeting at work, if you are presenting to your team, so many people, they start like this and they start walking backwards because they're very shy and they end up back here and they're like, oh, hi everyone. Not that Connor was doing that, but Connor, should we try the same thing, the first 20 seconds, front of the stage, and I'm going to add in one more thing, feet a little bit further apart as well. We want to take on that power stance, that power pose.
Yep.
Go for it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, here I am. So it feels more present. I'm Connor from Independence Australia. We've been around about 60 years, and yeah, we do NDIS supports. We do products. We do consumables. We do a bit of SDA, a bit of SIL, and also counselling services as well. So we do know a lot of you, but there's a lot of new faces too. So come have a chat, get to know us, and we'll be happy to help, point you in the right direction, and offer any consulting or guidance that we can. And this is actually a great tip. I feel a lot more confident and comfortable.
Well done, Connor and Karam. Please take a seat. And I'll hand back over to Bobby.